Sam Barber, thanks for taking the time. Big match with Wyoming over the weekend, senior night, all that stuff. Just talk to me. Let's start with the seniors if we can. Just talk to me about that group of guys.
Yeah, well, 6 pretty special guys in our program. It's we all want to forget about this time and period of our life, but that was our kind of our COVID class. Like, those are guys we had to recruit when the base was closed, So they had, a very different recruiting experience than anybody else, right? Some of them had limited exposure, maybe no exposure to the academy, and kind of like trusted us and showed up. And it was, again, difficult time. So there was obviously a bigger class that came with those guys, and those are the last 6 guys that saw this thing to the end. So we're really proud of those guys. Gage Musser, our team captain this year, a guy that's just grew and developed in his time here, and he's really bought into the institution and all things, right? Future pilot, hopefully future fighter pilot, I think is where his vision's at, but just done an amazing job leading our team, showing up, buying in, and just really grew and developed over 4 years. And a guy that's been in, got himself in the national rankings too. Jack Ganos, been in our lineup a little bit here and there, but just a solid, hardworking guy. Brings great effort, great energy every day. Again, another guy that's just really bought into our process. Went to special tactics officer selection a year ago. Got selected for that, so he'll be a special tactics officer and going to special warfare, elite career field, really hard to get. And his ability to balance pursuing that goal and his wrestling goals too says a lot about him. Alec Vaduya has been a guy in our program that's very talented and just kept working, and then finally gets in the starting lineup his senior year, and he's fighting his tail off in every single match and doing a great job, and really just kind of enjoying the process, which I love to see with him too. And then you get into a couple guys that aren't starting for us, but just continue to do great things in our program. Andrew Wenzel just got his 2nd acceptance letter to med school, so hoping to get his 3rd here, I think, on Thursday, and he'll have 3 great choices. But 5th guy in 6 years going to med school for the Falcons. So we talk about all the time, hey, if you're a guy that wants to be a doctor, and wrestle Division I in a Power 4 conference, we're the place to be. But again, to do that is it's a very, very difficult thing to do. And to do it while balancing what we ask guys to do 20 hours a week over 4 years too is just incredible what Andrew's done there too. Ty Ryan, just a really hard-working, a solid guy that's done an amazing job in our program, and kind of just shows up every day, puts his head down, and just does a great job. And Brooks Gable, he's done an amazing job at our program too. Really made a huge sacrifice for the team in his junior year. Cutting down all the way down to 157. Is a guy that wrestled probably, I think 180 in high school, and legacy family there. His brother Clay graduated from here. And again, a guy that's really, really talented, smart, hardworking, and committed to the sport. It hasn't had an easy road. Has had some injuries, had some challenges, and he's kind of battled through it and got another really, really tough job to get in the Air Force as hospital administration. So just 6 guys that really put their yes on the table, really bought into our culture, and have just been really super positive members of our team. And we're going to do videos of, we have interviews we did with those guys, and we'll release those all week, kind of highlighting, kind of getting their perspective on what the experience has been like.
Yeah, that's awesome. And, especially as you mentioned, they came in during COVID to hold this team together was awesome. Let's get to wrestling. The Wyoming match was Clune was hopping. Let's just say that.
Yeah, no, it was exciting, and we got off to a hot start. Right, we have an overtime match at 125, and really high energy, super contested, and we had a good crowd, and we love being paired up with hockey, and I think that helped. Just the energy in the arena, it's good, right? You got people bouncing back and forth. It's a great fan experience. Gavin Capella is up next, and he gets behind, comes back, gets a takedown right at the end for a big win. And then our freshman, Carter Nagel, who's just doing an amazing job, wrestling the 18th ranked guy in the country, and he goes out there and he rattles off, a big upset, probably the biggest upset of his career. Just loves to compete. That's what we love about Carter. He just loves to compete so much that, it doesn't matter who he's wrestling, the environment, where we're at. He's just so grateful to be out there and do what he does. Alec Vaduya competed hard against a national ranked guy, national qualifier, did a good job. EJ keeps it going, and a little bit better awareness on the scoreboard. He wasn't aware that guy had riding time, and he thought he was going to overtime against another national ranked guy, right? Gets a takedown to tie it up on the scoreboard, but the Wyoming guy had riding time and takes the match. But still a great effort. Come back after the break, and you got another true freshman, knocks off the 32 ranked guy in the country. Just wrestles a phenomenal match in there. So we got two true freshmen beating two national ranked guys. That's a big deal in that dual meet. And just the fight and the effort we brought. Unfortunately, we lost the last 4 matches at dual meet. We were in a couple close ones, and again, we had a couple guys that figured that out, like how to win those ones. And I know that every week we're getting guys closer and closer to closing that gap and learning how to do that. So really pleased with our team's effort. Really pleased with our fight. Was grateful to be able to celebrate our seniors the way we did, and having Mr. Pine there to support that. And then finally, thankful for like the energy that these guys in the buy-in. We're getting better. Yeah. We're getting better, no doubt. Like that's a good team. It's a good team. They're well coached, and the growth we've seen this year is huge. And like I said last week, we still got more time and more opportunities to grow and improve. So we're excited about that.
Yeah, absolutely. And that wasn't the only thing that was going on wrestling-wise. You had a youth camp coming in here and some other things up in Golden as well.
Yeah. I want to say thanks to JID and Peak to Peak Wrestling and the local Colorado Springs. Actually, probably more like the local Colorado, just Colorado in general, right? The entire state, mostly Front Range. But I want to say, thank you to JID and Peak to Peak Wrestling and all those youth wrestlers that came out and competed. I think we had just about 1,000 youth wrestlers here. Hopefully they had a great experience. We got to showcase our campus and our athletes and what we do, talk a little bit about our program. It's a great partnership. It's a huge fundraiser for us. So it's a win-win for everybody all the way around. So had some guys go wrestling Golden. We had 2 champs, Owen Heiser and Soren Herzog. Mikey was second, and then we had a few other guys rattle off some great finishes as well. So I think we end up with about 6 placers up there. But love the fact that our guys still want to grow and get better, even if they're not the starting guy, right? They're looking for opportunities to go compete. They compete hard. They were ready to go. And, just really it was a great weekend. And then probably the final shout out is just a shout out to all our future Falcons that had their high school state tournaments this weekend. So a lot of great future Falcons producing some great results. And obviously we feel like they're the right guys, and we can't wait to work with them. And, just really proud of their effort too, and excited to get those guys in our wrestling room and work with them in the future.
Well, the future for these current Falcons is Sunday against Northern Colorado, another Big 12 matchup, another tough team.
Yeah, another tough team, all right? There's no easy matches in the Big 12. Wyoming and Northern Colorado have split this year, so that kind of tells you where that team's at. They've got some, again, another really well-coached team. Coach Nickerson does an amazing job up there. Some really high-level athletes, defending national champion, some guys that are highly national ranked. So, it's usually a pretty good dual meet for us. So we're excited about going up there. Greeley, again, they have a good crowd. They have, wrestling's important up there, so it'll be a fun place to wrestle. It'll be a little bit hostile at times, but again, I like where our team's at. I like the direction we're going and our growth, and excited about another competitive Big 12 dual meet.
Should be fun. Anytime you can wrestle in Weld County, it's always fun. Sam Barber, thanks for the time.
I appreciate it. Thanks.